Good evening. Good evening. And this is Fonton Daniel again, reporting another disaster that is going on in the Southern Cameroon by Southern Cameroon citizens that have been unjustly incarcerated by the dictatorship Pobia regime. It's not quite as you see the images that I just posted on this video. You can take a look. That is what I'm going to be talking about. You can see his leg. But this is another case that I'm going to be talking about. So this is a Southern Cameroon citizen. That's something that they often not talk about. The deteriorated conditions of the Southern Cameroon citizens, Ambazonians, that are currently incarcerated under a horrific conditions by La Republique du Cameroun. This is Nasse Fontoh. He has been incarcerated under confined environment. No access to medical care, no access to hospital, no access to food, and he is provided food once a day, and usually in a horrific time, 1 a.m. in the midnight, and that is the time he is allowed to eat. And the food is tasteless. The food is beyond human consumptions. And this is what is happening in La Republique with the citizens of Southern Cameroon that are being held on this absolutely disgusting confinement. This guy that I'm just showing his leg, he was normal. He walks easily. He has no problems. But after he was transferred to this, what they call Kondengui Maximum Security prison in La Republique, he was held without access to family, no access to visitors, no access to lawyer, no access to human, except the prison guard that is entitled to see him at their wish time, not on the health situation of worsening conditions. Nasse Fontoh, as the names appear, is from Wum in the north region of Southern Cameroon territory. He has been held in one of the most worst, disgusting Kondengui Maximum Security prison, and they could nickname the Kosovo, and that means that he is the home of the deaf, as you can see in his leg and how he looks like. It's like what sometimes they call elephantiasis, but that is the disease process that since he was kept in that maximum confinement and without access to medical care, access to doctors, access to family, and all access to any other general public for further investigation, exactly what is happening. This is citizens of Southern Cameroon that are basically asking for equality, liberty, freedom, and the share of the wealth. But unfortunately, and remember that the Southern Cameroon was never a conquered territory or a colonial territory of La Republique. They came together under equal entity, and La Republique has been taken advantages and used the people of Southern Cameroon as a colonial territory. And this is why I am bringing this attention to the U.S. Department of Defense, the U.S. Congress, the U.S. White House, the State Department, and the Undersecretary for African Affairs, U.S. Congress, U.S. Senate, to see exactly what is happening in the citizens of Southern Cameroon that are being placed under maximum security prison by the neighboring country, La Republique du Cameroun. This is one person, is an Italian citizen that he has been picked up, and he's also maybe in one of those prisons that I have just described. You can take a look at him. This is him. He's called Frit Tarkan, and he's an Italian citizen and now have been held without access to medical care, access to physician, access to family, and under confined environment. But his exact location, I haven't been able to get that information. But this is another instances. This is not just the case. There are others that I have their names here, which I have already read. And if you want to get in contact with me, they have been held in La Republique with the same similar conditions. This is Takam, and this is his office. And then you can imagine that being held under confinement in the neighboring country, La Republique du Cameroun. This is Fontoh Daniel speaking this evening here from the great state of Texas, here in the United States. I will go back to this our fellow brothers that is in the most worst dangerous prison, the Kosovo, that could be nicknamed the Kosovo. And that is him. And you can see the conditions. He was walking normally before he was transferred to Kondengui. And this is the nature that I'm reporting. This is Fontoh again. Wish you all a happy good night.